Okay, look, I came back to just really quickly mention this is audio only. It's a broad sweeping state of me, state of the channel update type thing. It's long winded because you know me, I can never shut the hell up. Take it as it is. Take it as you may. Don't take it out for a date. That would be weird. Weird. But yes, so on with the thing. Bye. Hey there, hi there. Welcome back, kiddos. So, I know, it's been a while. About a month. And don't mind the somewhat solemn or somber sounding tone. I'm just exhausted. Work, stress, you name it. This is, as the title will likely say, an update. So, first and foremost, no, as I've stated multiple times, I'm not giving up. In the end, my dream is to construct headphones. Doggo noises. Okay. To construct headphones from the ground up. Driver, the chassis, or cups, or everything. This is a great means to an end. It helps me learn so much more, so I'm not flying blind or scooting by the proverbial seat of my pants. But I digress. Yes, there is indeed planned content. Most of what has been holding me up is honestly being inundated with fluctuating amounts of work, like actual work, the job that I have. Various amounts of stressors. One of the largest things which I feel prevents me from the sheer desire to sit down and record something is not so much the amount of effort that I put into it. And it may seem like I don't put a lot of effort, but I'll spend maybe on a 30-minute video an hour, maybe 3, adjusting things, trimming the fat, playing around with the audio settings, fine-tuning the intro as best as I can, looking for things to just make the video more presentable. Figuring out how to... Sorry, dog stuff. And now she's eating. Whatever. I didn't care before, and I'm not going to start now. So, yes, I am still very much going to do the YouTube thing. Maybe if not for reviews on its own, but to teach people more about the hobby, about understanding what it is you're hearing, about maybe in a very proxy sense, understand what to look for, understand what matters, why it matters, how much of it actually matters, basically the perspective of it. I'm a perspectivist. I try to view everything by a wide perspective, or a multiple set of perspectives. And reviews are a great way to show that off. I'm a terribly long-winded person. I always have been, always will be. I see it as being exuberantly thorough. It also allows me to get my point across without being misunderstood. In, I guess in the most best scenario, English, it would be the easiest way to guarantee that I am not misunderstood in any way, shape, or form, relativistically speaking, of course. It allows me to wordcraft, and I enjoy it. I love audio. Reviewing is a stressful hobby, and that's what it is. This is a hobby, not a jobby. I don't want my channel to become a job. The moment I make this into a job, yeah, sure, I might pull out the golden ticket and become something like the bigger guys, have a nice fancy house and all that other fun shit. But I feel that would muddy the waters. I have different dreams. I want to build headphones from the ground up. The driver, the cups, the headband, everything. Maybe even eventually venture into DACs, amps, energizers, that kind of thing. Reviewing is not my end game. It is a fun hobby, again, to teach. So no, I am not giving up. One of the bigger points of contention that I have for not putting out content reliably as of late, to me this is the biggest one, and there was someone that I talked to on Discord, just in a voice chat, and he brought forth a really good counterpoint, a rebuttal, if you will, to what I'm about to say. Is I feel guilty when I put out a review. In essence, the way I perceive being a reviewer is effectively a salesman. I am there to weigh the pros and cons, and if I'm doing my job really well, weigh the value and its niche or broad-reaching places that it sits, that it is good at, that it is good for. I feel guilty doing that because I feel like where I am in the United States is not exactly even remotely the worst. In fact, we are, where I am at, we are a quintessential point in industry. A lot of the things that I do at work are used literally around the world to make damn near anything, to refine an impressively large gamut of things. So, production of nylon fiber, otherwise known as a polyamide. Polyamide, I believe it is pronounced. Could be wrong. For making, double checking on the purity of the components to help actually make the components, so on and so forth. A lot of what I do and a lot of what the industry down here does is for that. The last company I worked with helped move up to 25% of the entire global throughput of HMD, or hexamethylene diamine, one of the main liquid components to nylon fiber or a polyamide fiber. So yeah, where I am is honestly kind of got it lucky versus a lot of other places, at least in the United States of America, especially continental United States of America. And to put out reviews, to be this salesman effectively for a product, could put someone in that FOMO, or fear of missing out, state of mind, and cause them, almost inundate them with the inescapable urge to not miss out on that thing that might just bring them that little bit sliver more of happiness, while they are potentially in a point in time in their life that it might just be pivotal for them to save literally every single penny. And the rebuttal that was given to me that gave me a bit more hope to see the brighter, the silver lining side of things, the more philanthropic side of things, I believe the word might be, is I could be helping people to prevent them from needlessly burning their money through the word crafting, the thorough perspective that I try to offer to help people, however few or however many, not waste their money. And although that did have a slight side effect of filling me with stress of, well, I need to do an even better job, and there are so many things that I am just not good at. I'm not the best at stage. I predominantly listen to heavy metal. Although you can get an idea of the stage with metal, it's really not all the best, to be honest. Tonality, honestly, metal is not the worst, but it's far from the best of an example. If anything, I could probably get great tonality concept, or maybe a mix of tonality and detail retrieval concepts from the percussion or vocals or parts of the guitars that are used. So to better understand tonality and stage and what I'm hearing, and to better word that, are points that I feel that I am still failing in, and I don't want to fail. I don't want to release something that would ultimately be a failure or become useless within a very short order. I don't feel that's fair to anyone, least of all myself, of course. I mean, all of you do matter, but if I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting all of your time. It's not fair. So that's one of the biggest proponents for my not releasing content as of recently. And very, very, very few people actually know what went down. But there was a few things that had happened. And one of them I'm not going to discuss. The other one is that I need to find another place to live. Don't worry, everything's fine. It's not like we had a fight. I have to make room for some of his family who are going through an issue, and I am a friend, but not kin, not blood. So it is what it is. I don't blame the guys at all. In fact, dude's getting a shit end of the stick pretty bad, and he's just trying to make it by. So I'm lucky enough to be in a position to where I can take care of myself, even if that means worst case scenario, I'm going to have $100 US a month to spare. Worst case, if I follow my budget exactly to a T. And the worst case fees are frequent. However, I've been assured that I am way overestimating a lot of things, and I'm actually quite close to eliminating several points of debt. So, hooray! But that is going to seriously tighten up my budget and what I can and cannot afford for. So the sheer stress of that, at least as of almost the past several weeks, has been intense. Really, really intense. And then projects. I always mention I'm always working on projects. Always working on projects. There are a myriad of videos that I want to produce that go over the perception of music, such as EDM or techno music. Oh, it's bassy music, right? Oh, dubstep, it's bassy music. How well do you actually understand bass? The treble, the mids. I have my foobar layout set up precisely the way that I do so I can see what is going on in the music. Because you'd be surprised how often in rap, EDM, techno, dubstep, fucking metal, name your genre, how often this sub-bass, as people call it, which I now believe to understand that that means subwoofer bass rather than bass below bass, which is silly, so I'm still going to call it low bass. Fuck you! A lot of the low bass is not nearly as low as you might imagine it to be. I have my foobar layout and all the components you need inside the Discord server. Link down in the description, and hell, maybe even a pinned comment down below. Check it out. I've impressed a couple of people. They thought they understood, and I learned them some knowledge, as Mama might say. So, projects like that, or multiple modifications, like I'm working on a weird stacks modification for my ESP95X, my COS electrostatics, and the COS energizer. That takes time. That takes money. That takes effort. I had to basically teach myself, rudimentarily anyway, how to use model editing programs, for STLs and what have you. Not fucking easy. Not the hardest thing ever, but not easy. There was a project that... Sweetheart. Hush. I will come snuggle in a little bit. Give me a moment. I'm not editing that out. In fact, I'm going to do as little editing as possible. Pausing. You're going to hear some dog chewing noises. I gave her a goodie to calm her down. She doesn't like when I get all somber sounding, I guess. Or, well, I know. Not so much that, I guess. Anyway. Man, she chews loud, right? So... projects like that, or modifying my stacks to accept an Odyssey headband. I believe I had mentioned a project that I can't actually talk about yet. Other various things. I mean, I really am a modding psychopath. I love modding stuff. I love tweaking. I love figuring things out, and I love sharing things. And that all takes a lot of time and money. And it's not just time in a broad spectrum thought process. It's physical listening, physical tweaking, adjusting, deliberating, hooking it up to all of my so fucking many amps. No, really, so many amps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different 13, 14, 15, 16 different things that can power headphones. 3 more if you include a cell phone I've paid off, a cell phone I'm paying off, and my DAP. That's a lot of things to listen to. Not even to mention DACs and comparing those. There is a lot that goes into some of these projects, and I'm hoping one of them is going to significantly pay off. I mean significantly pay off. I'm going to live by my usual creed. Prepare for the worst. Or expect and prepare for the worst. Hope for the best. Because if it doesn't work out the way I hope, I was already prepared and expecting it. But if I get a nice little surprise, man, that's a really nice fucking surprise. So those are some of the projects that I've been working on, or to give you an idea. And what's really been holding me back. We're 18 minutes in, just about. So I feel I can safely talk about this without people going, oh, you're attention whoring, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, there's a depression factor, and I've been inundated with various amounts of depression since I was a very young child, not being hyperbolic, not looking for sympathy at all. I have gone through multiple therapists and psychiatrists. I've lost count. I've learned the tricks of the trade enough to diagnose myself, enough to pull myself out of that rut, to pinpoint the issues, learn how to wade through it, and maybe not fix it, but bandage it enough to allow the issue to heal over so that I can use that area again, use that part of myself again, and let it go, let it work, let it do its thing. So obviously we all get depressed to varying degrees. We feel these emotions to varying amounts. I'm not all that special for it. That's why it's kind of mentioned so late in the video, is I really don't want that to be a focus. It happens. If any indication on the things that I've talked about, maybe you can kind of see why that's been eating at me just a little bit, but it's not been the main proponent of my lackadaisical attitude to releasing content. Now, that does not mean I have been inactive. In fact, still, to this day, the easiest way to get a hold of me is get on the fucking Discord server. I know! Concept. It's in fact very easy to find me. My DMs are open. For the most part, for my very small niche audience that actually watches the bulk of my stuff, you know how to contact me. And for the people that come in along the way, now you know how to contact me. Might try to be as approachable as possible. Streams are going to be a thing. Maybe modifying stuff, shooting the shit, maybe playing video games, which actually, now that I think about it, that leads me onto one rather quick tangent, and I will be linking this probably in a pinned comment or in the description down below, something along those lines. But oh boy, a new copyright law has been snuck in the United States. Again, just the United States. Basically making some copyright type stuff a felony. Like purposefully streaming copywritten content, DMCA strikeable type content, a felony. So now I kind of need to worry about, do I need to restructure how I do videos? Do I actually have to, pay for some licenses for the background stuff, or explicitly find a crap ton of copyright-free music, which I have been actively working on, thank you. It's just my older stuff. I really don't want to go to jail or have a felony pressed upon me. The little things, the little, track of interest I do in the beginning, I do that as a way to introduce people to new music. I'm trying to advertise those people, and I more than am happy to let them take the revenue for that video, because I figure if anything, I'll, eventually the channel might somehow be self-sustaining, and that will help me do my thing. Otherwise, I do this from my own pocket or from my own effort and earn what I get to do what I do. So that's a bit of a stressful thing, but the YouTube channel I'll be linking, or at least the video for this YouTube channel will be from the Lawful Masses with Leonard French. The title of the video is Felony Streaming Bill Passed, New Law for Criminal Copyright Infringement. And I don't think I've been doing anything illegal, but it's also technically illegal. It's kind of like a traffic ticket isn't super big deal, but it is technically a misdemeanor. It is technically a crime, so like a Class C in the US. So it's still something that'll show up on a background check, which could fuck with your ability to get, a vehicle loan, a house loan, an apartment, a job. Yeah. So, stress all around. I believe I've droned on, and I think I've explained enough. I told you I was long-winded. This is 23 minutes, and I've just been talking in a somewhat structured manner. At least in my head, it was structured. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be that way, because all I'm going to do to this is I'm going to slap on a picture on the background and render it, then upload it. That is it. I'm not going to listen through it. Okay, I'll listen through it a little bit just to make sure nothing's all kinds of fucked up, but otherwise I'm not doing anything to this video. So yeah, that's been me rambling a little bit, talking about the state of me, of the channel. I've had a couple people interested in seeing the new apartment, at least 2 people so far. So I can't do YouTube streaming because I don't have 1,000 subs, so that's not going to happen. So I guess I'll just record a really simple video of the inside, specifically the inside of my apartment, not the outside, because I really don't want to be found, and I don't want you to know my address unless I give it to you. Then again, where I live, I'm not too worried about that. So Yeah, that's what's been going on. That's mostly what's been eating at me and what's been stopping me from getting stuff out. Adam is being exceedingly kind. He's a friend of the channel and a friend of myself. He is going to be tossing me just stuff he feels is not worth his time or his effort or the money. Being in the military, as he is kind of what helps out his bottom line, and he wants to help me out, and that means the fucking world to me, because that'll give me so many more things to do, so that while I'm on the interim on some projects where I just really cannot do anything with them, I can actually at least get out some, I guess the really only word would be filler type content, just reviews on versus what it is I actually want to do, like modifying stuff and talking about that and showing off, hey, look, value, it's cool stuff, it's fun stuff, I'm a psychopath. All right, yeah, no, I've droned on. This has been long enough. God damn, I am long-winded, aren't I? So, have a beautiful morning, a lovely afternoon, and a pleasant evening. May you travel far and wide within the realm of your dreamscape, so long as it leads you back to me, your favorite, the great Farsil the Wizard. Poof.